Hello again, everyone. How you doing? As always, another conundrum. So, been on with this female hex tool socket rather to get this cap off from the elbow joint of the pulley setup. There's your pulley wheel there, lovely and quiet, not a sound. So that's going back on. I couldn't get it to move the tensioner, so that either this is knackered. I'll probably just get a new one that as well. Actually, it's already started to come off there. That'll be what's leaking there. Doesn't matter. Take it up that way. But yeah, this. The cap is screwed into the inside of there. Apparently, this is notorious for happening. Over time, if you don't put copper slip on the inside, whoever's installed this hasn't. It's the heat's transferred and seized that nut on, so that's where we are at the moment. Ideally, it would be better if my vice was clamped to a table or bolted to a table. I will do that at some point in the future. I'll get some bolts. But that's where we are at the moment, at the present time. I've tried a bit of, well, that's usually penetrating oil. What was the other brand I used to get? It was a good one. But anyway, yes, I've put a bit of that in. I should probably leave it overnight. Gradually, I'm going to have to order a new bracket. The outer bit, I've tried to wedge something in to stop it from turning, but it's just chipping off the cast iron, I suppose. Fortunately, they are making this part again, so I'll just buy this part. It's 50 quid. It's not the end of the earth. But if I can just get this nut off, ideally that'd be great. I might have to use the angle grinder and grind that rim off here. So I need to put that in the vise and then undo it that way. Or I can buy the socket, which looks like a 51mm socket. So there we go anyway. I thought I'd film this part, just show where we're up to. Ciao for now. Alright, hello again. It's not a very stable camera position. It probably will wobble quite a lot. It's been quite a couple of days actually. These videos are pretty old. I'll probably split them all up. But so far, we're back to this again. I've given it a bit of a clean up. We've got a new elbow joint here. I had to cut into this lip on the last one because there's a nut that goes in the back. Well, this sleeve. This is the sleeve that the tensioner sits on. Is that in the middle? There we go. And that cap had seized on to these threads in here. So basically all that was sitting through here was that nut. So you couldn't get a spanner or anything onto that with this lip round, so I had to cut into the old one so I could get this in the vise, and I still couldn't get it out. So I went to the garage around the corner and asked if they could help. It took them 3 men, one in the vise, 2 to hold the table, and then 1 to actually turn the breaker bar, and eventually the cap came off. But apparently it is a very common fault on the P38 that these caps on the diesel anyway will seize on with the heat. So I've got some copper slip here. I'll put a blob of that on, and then on the cap and the bit that sits mounts onto the engine itself, it's actually the actual inner sleeve. So that should keep that nice, and this is a bit stiff as well. I'll put some on here as well, just so this slides back and forwards nicely, and then I'll get it tensioned up. So here we go. Help if I'd put some on first. Actually, there's some cuts in the. I've cleaned it up with brake cleaner, got most of the gunk off. I should have put a new rubber ring on there as well, but I haven't got one, so I'll do it later at a later date probably. But actually, there's damage across the threads. I shouldn't really be putting it back without fixing it first. I might have a go at that for a second. Alright, there we go. I've getting this camera tilted right in the back side. So let's have a look now. Yeah, there's a cross cut. I've just cleaned them up a bit, so it should thread in, but that's probably happened when it was in the vise. Should go back in. The rest of the threads look clean enough. I'll just put some copper slip on there now, just to avoid future seizing. Don't know if that's too much, probably is, but you can't go wrong, I suppose. once those threads bind in, it should quite nicely thread in. I'll put a bit of cotton slip on the sleeve as well, but I'll thread this in first. If it's going to thread in. Oh, it's tight. Oh, but is it going to go? There. Slip all over my fingers now, see if I can clean that off. Dirty rag here. Oh, I'll put that in straight. Don't cross thread it. Seems to be going in. Come on. I don't actually have a spanner that's that size for the nut, so what I might do is put the sleeve on, and when I put the cap on, that'll tighten the whole thing up. That'll put it back on, screw it back on rather. So some more. I slip on my finger. Actually, be easier to probably put it on the inside of this. Actually, hello there. How you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, she's in the car. Keeps her quiet. Right. Put it on the inside of there. It should be easier than putting it on the sleeve itself. But lovely people on this estate. Everyone you comes past those talking. There we go. So I should really have taken the sprocket and everything off first, but it doesn't matter. Yeah, I guess I gotta go through. Actually, hang on. I've done myself I've made life hard for myself. I'll come back and I'll take this the tensioner off first. That's a new one as well, so alright, second go. Don't know if that camera's gonna fall over. Probably will. Never mind. Alright. So it should slide nicely onto there. Actually the other way. Oh, I've created another issue now. Come on. There we go. That's where it's supposed to go anyway. Champion. Right. Suppose we'll get this cap on. A bit more cotton slip. Again, once I start threading that on, it'll spread itself onto there. Again, another rubber O-ring that I need to replace, but I'll do that at a later date, I think. Just double check I put a bit more copper slip on. Just have a feeling it's going to be a bug in this one. Well, this is the one that was seized in the first instance, so doubly make sure that there's plenty on. I'll put a bit around that there as well. Smear all around. So all clockwise to screw it in, so lovely. I was calling it a female socket in the other video. It's a male socket. It goes in a female hex. I don't know what you call it. Void. Jabbing. Right, so tighten that up. I need the other socket as well. Wrong way. There we go, so that's a bit stiff. There we go, that should be going in there. Hopefully it isn't cross-threaded. I don't think it will. That's going there now, champion. Actually, that's starting to get wedged in there. Oh, I know what I've done. Or is that going to loosen off? No, it isn't. That's starting to tighten out under there, which ain't good because that could have shattered. I'm going to kick myself for that. Was a brand new part I just broken. Oh, that's alright. Like I say, it is brand new, so just stay off there, will you? There we go. I hold that one hand there and make sure that doesn't happen. There we go. Sorry, it's not, you can't see much. Should have put it lower down. I'm bloody hopeless at these things. Nearly there. I have got a torque wrench as well, so I'll torque that up later. Oh, it's on firmly enough. Right. Shouldn't be a bad habit to put the socket set there. Just short the battery terminals. Right, that's still freeze. Champion. Excellent. Sincerely hope I haven't strained that too much. That's not a crack there, is it? It's brand new, so it shouldn't be brittle. Just a cast seam mark. Oh, I don't know. I really hope not. That looks. I think that's where it's been cast. Yeah, I think that's it. Fortunately. Right, champion. So then, next we need the tensioner on. So that goes this way. Top. Well, this is going to be a right game on, I think. How did I do this last time? I'm not entirely sure. Maybe it's better to put it on the top first and then tighten that bolt in the bottom. Again, I'm not sure. I think that slides on there, doesn't it? That's right. I'm gonna go on. No. Come on. Oh, there we go. A bit tight, but tighten that bolt off and tighten it onto it. What's it knocking? I'm going to screw in there. Bolt doesn't go. Oh, that's why I used the wrong one. There we go. That would help if I used the right bloody one. Alright, now then. Don't know what socket that is. Be back in another second. Uh, 15, I think it was. So it can fit. Was it 15? Oh, 16. 16. Oh, bloody hell, you can't even see that. Oh, for goodness sake. What's the point in me even filming this? I don't know. I can't even see what I'm doing. Sorry about that. Right. That's already on there. Don't know what bloody planet I'm on. Hopefully drive it onto the mount. Come on. Jamie. Right, let's driven that on. That's alright. So, I don't know how to do this bit actually, just be told. I'm sorry about that. Alright. And there we go. Oh, excellent. Champion. Alright, and that will not go through. Let's see if that'll go in. A little further up or down. That pipe's just where you don't want it. EGR pipe. A little bit further that way actually. Is that it? Oh, come on, there we go. Bam. Bullseye. Alright. What's that? No, it isn't threatening. Thought I had that in. Why aren't you threading in? Go on. You know you want to. Ah, there we go. I think we've latched on there. Come on. No, still haven't. Ah, way. Come on. When you've put a line for that, you must be close. You must be. Can you see from there? I'll take that down again. Again, it's right in front of it. Come on, we've gone through. Oh, I think we might be onto something there. Champion. Again, don't worry, I'll torque all these bolts up. When I'm finished, I've got a mini torque wrench as well to do the other bolts. Should really do that. Right, where's that other socket? Is that the right size? Hate it when you haven't got anything to bite onto. Sorry, the wind's blowing. I think you might get. Oh, that's not actually biting on anything, is it? I'll be twiddling this all day and it's not going to. Oh, no, it is. I think it is. What is it? No, it's not bloody. Oh, for God's sakes. Oh, there we go. Right, I'm going to pause this and then come back when I get this back. Right, I've got that nut in finally, so that's the tensioner on. Just listen to that. I'm sure the other day when I spun that pulley, it was fine, but actually, you can't hear because of the traffic, but yeah. I think they're 30, 40 quid. I should really buy one before I put the tensioner back on, really. I suppose I best do that. But anyway, at least that's another job done anyway. I'll tension everything up. I'll have a look at what the tensions are and torque. But another tip that I just learned, when you're putting the fan belt on, put the any logos or text on so you can read it when you're putting it on. Don't put it in the opposite way around so the text is upside down to you. That was a good tip someone told us on the forum. But anyway, that's done and dusted, so another bit done. Champion. Right, I think I've just said sod it, and I'm going to put that pulley wheel back on to tighten up. I think I was overreacting to the grind sound after spinning it for a while. It seemed quite quiet. So let's have a look now. With me, that's how I think I showed that in the previous video. I actually managed to bend that on the old, so it must have been the tensioner itself that was actually knackered. So let's have a look now. Not disturbing the camera. We want that on there. Right, sorry, I'll have to wobble the camera a bit and get that lost. I don't know if I can do this with the camera in place. It's so low down. Typical. Be nice if I could film this. It's just right in the way. That's why I need a cameraman or a camera mount. Is that in the way? Yeah, it's in the way. Ah, sorry. Right, we're on. Sorry I couldn't film it. It was I just couldn't get the camera in a decent place to film it. But the tensioner works much better now. That's now under load. So I think I've got it all in the right order. Everything wrapped round. I'll double check the photos. But now technically I could actually start the car up. I won't, because I need to torque them up properly. And the fan isn't on. And there's no coolant in it. But I'll do those things next, I think. And then get that topped up. You've seen that process already, so I probably won't film that. But I'll put the fan cowling back on. I'm missing a peg out the plastic bottom on the right side here. I don't know whether I can fabricate one out of putty or clay or something to just stick it on so it locates. And then I need to do that fan pulley as well. But that's just for the AC, so I don't really need that one at the moment. But anyway, thanks very much for watching. So we've got that back on now. Champion. Right, huge apologies everyone. I completely forgot to film the rest of me putting this back together. I got so engrossed in what I was doing. But basically, there's a little story. I managed to get that off. I think I said that in the previous video. The elbow tensioner. I've got that off, put that back on. New tensioner works lovely, wasn't bending the metal bar, the pry bar. Followed now, there's some advice. You see the idler pulley, there's some advice someone will give you on one of the channels. I won't say his name because he seems caddy enough and he's probably genuinely made an honest mistake, but it's that idler pulley down there. He says to tighten the nut up for that 50 Newton meters. Now, I, being a pillock, didn't actually think about it and check, but he had a little pop-up, everything confirmed 50 Newton meters, and he gave the conversion to foot pounds. I think it's 37 foot pounds. So I thought, oh well, fair enough. He's obviously read that to put that in if he's confident enough. So I didn't think anything of it. Of course, I went to torque it up. 50 foot pounds is way over what you would torque up an M8 bolt. Of course, I snapped it, didn't I? So fortunately, I got the bolt out. Long story short, it was very awkward, but with some plus gas and a flexible adapter for the drill, I cut a little screw extractor in half and fit that in one end. And fortunately I left the plus gas overnight, so it came out. But I've got the new elbow bracket on and the new tensioner itself. Everything's got a slip on, just to make it easier when I have to remove it again, which I probably will. Well, the fan cowl anyway. I've got to do the fuel pump hidden down there somewhere. So I had a big game on getting the fan back on, but yes, I've got that back on. Got the hoses back on. Put the cap for the AC pulley tensioner back on. Tensioners looks all right. Oh, the actual torque reading for those is 25 Newton meters, I think it is, for the idler pulley and the tensioner pulley as well. So I've got everything's torqued up, put back. I'm just about to fill the engine back up with coolant. I've not started it yet. I bet there'll be something I've forgotten. I think I've put everything back. Can't think of anything. Don't think there's anything in the way of the fan. Still not sure if the viscous fan's knackered or not. We'll see, find out. Then the gubbins all had to come back out again. That was cracked inside there, so I'll have to be very delicate with that and how much I tighten them up. I see that's probably why they've put a Jubilee clip on there as well. But we'll see. I've put a bit of super glue as well and let that dry before I put the pipe back on, just to give the crack a little bit more strength. Clips are back on there and the fan blade. So very close to firing it up. I'll just put a bit of coolant in first. But there we go. Ciao for now. Right, moment of truth, starting her up. I'm dreading this. What have I done wrong? I know I've done something wrong. Top her up with coolant. I'll top her up again and I'll flush it out. I'll bleed it. Charged the battery last night and the day before. Took a hell of a lot of charging. I think the battery's probably on the way out. But anyway, here we go. Oh, wish us luck. Oh, there we go. One airbag. Oh, usual faults. There we go. I think that's working all right. Sounds a little bit funny. possibly the new fan belt. There's a bit of a sound there. Not sure what that might be, but it's just a new pulley. Oh, the bit's going fading away. What I was going to do is put a bit of newspaper in and test the viscous fan coupling and see how that does. Because when it gets up to the temperature, that's when it should bind. But for the time being, it should just be loose. So I'll test that out next. But yes, it seems to be running alright. I think there's a little bit of coolant still left in that cap there. I might top it up a bit and see where we are. Thanks for watching. Alright, as I said, there is... I'll actually sound quite normal there. I'm going to shove a newspaper in into the fan blades, not into the fan blades, but sort of just so I can see if I can stop the oh, can't wait. Bear with me. Right, just to see if I can stop the fan blades. I was told to shove a bit of newspaper in. Should slow it down, and it'll stop it, I believe. Yes, it has. So I think that shows that the viscous fan coupling is working. So probably speed up now. But yes, I'll test it when it gets to temperature and see if it comes. I'll probably try it then. It should just shred that bit of newspaper. Right, I think it's been run for a while now. I think it should probably be up to temperature. So if it just shreds the fan blades. Although it might not be up to temperature yet. Not quite. Oh well, but it is slowing down. Maybe it's not up to temperature yet. Right, been to the trip to the shops and back. So let's have a look. Should just shred it. Oh, it has stopped the viscous fan. Yeah. Oh well, maybe I don't know. Should just shred that, I think. Would have thought that'd been hot enough by now. Ah, bugger, maybe it does need replacing. Ta-ra.